job there. That was a good job.
Other than
Except
that,
my quick little fail that I accidentally hit the stream off.
I saw that.
Because I wanted to go to the mixer to make sure nothing was clipping. Yeah. Oops.
Oops.
You cut the.
The bad thing is the stupid two buttons being next door to one another. Yeah, talking about fails.
Jeremiah's not doing sound for us live.
No.
Oops.
Design flaws.
Oops.
Yeah.
Where'd you
True.
cut it? Where'd you cut it?
That's all right. I spent
Huh?
my drummer.
Like about mid
Oh man. You get-
ish. Because I went, because right here in Mixer and that, you sit there, you had those two bubbles right there, and you watch and make sure, something's not clipping in that. Besides, going off this, I always, every once in a while, dig to that.
And how long have you been doing this?
Well, we were streaming live like 2013, in February, yeah.
So his voices, the voices.
No, it happens every once in a while. That, blub of it, and you're sort of looking out the corner of your eye. It's like, yeah, that's, oh.
Oops.
Yeah.
It still sounded good anyway.
Oh, yeah, it did. 100% sure.
I've never been unstreamed.
Unstreamed, never.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never been unstreamed.
Well, that's me. I'm doing many things, watching that,
That's personal.
this, that, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go put my guitar down.
Gonna go put his guitar down.
Guitar
While
down.
he's doing that, the first song on that second CD, if you maybe cue that up.
Oh, yeah.
This is the first mix from the tune on the CD that's coming out this summer. So it's not quite finalized. But
What song is it, Joe?
Nobody's Fool.
Nobody's Fool.
Nobody's Fool. The first one. It's not on. Yeah, there
When
you
did
go.
you and Scott did this?
Hey,
this
Jeremiah,
past
I don't know if
Tuesday?
I should.
Yeah.
I unplugged
Oh.
it.
Yeah, I think you did.
I'll
tease
get
on
it in
that.
a minute. Here we go.
Yeah.
Every day of our lives we choose to play the game, to win or lose. But we soon come to understand you don't get far without a helping hand. Try to live by the golden rule, and by the real, there's nobody's fool.
Pyro.
Nice cue.
Here we go.
But yeah, true.
What's that?
What you were saying, yeah, MMS.
MMS. WMMS was really
Discovered Rush, man.
the forefront of playing more original music.
They
They
busted
called
Rush.
it underground.
Yeah.
Oh God,
They
Rush!
They broke Rush out.
You know how many other bands they broke out to? God, I remember when
Here's their kicker here.
I just heard Beavis and Butthead saying, he said forefront.
He said what?
Sorry, never mind. He had to be Beavis and Butthead. He said forefront.
Right. Hey, here's her kicker.
There you go.
Yep.
MMS, yeah.
Raffle prize a few years back.
The buzzer.
Hand drawn.
Nice.
So yeah. But we'll get more into you guys of. So if you could play any place in the world, where would you choose to play?
good question. First choice venue?
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium.
I was gonna say a stadium show.
Oh, fair enough.
Madison Square Garden.
There's a room above the Yazoo Bar and Grill in Toledo.
Wow. Never heard of that one. But that
Yeah.
would be interesting.
No, I'd like to play the hockey the hockey arena in our small town, back in Pembroke, Ontario, Canada.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Play the Pembroke Memorial Center. It would be a small, couple hundred people,
We
but
just need to do that for your sake.
that'd be awesome. That'd be fun.
Would
Well,
the
come
Hanson
on,
brothers
I'll-
be there?
Scott proves that immigration can work.
It does.
It
yes.
does.
Yes, if you have a good lawyer.
Legally?
And the Hanson brothers would be there, of course, right?
Yes, a quick shout out to Margaret Wong and her
Everything's legal in
immigration
Canada.
lawyer
There you go.
service.
Except smuggling maple syrup.
There you go.
Oh, I guess it's syrup,
That's
man.
serious business up there.
There it
It's
is.
You
illegal
don't want to
there,
mess with the
correct.
maple syrup mafia.
Wow,
Yeah.
no kidding.
Google it.
And they finally got smart and legalized smoking dope up there.
That's it.
This backwards country.
Oh,
Hey, it's legal up in Canada.
Well, effective
Oh.
July 1st. but
July 1st.
keep it-
Close
Guess where-
enough.
Guess where I'm going? No.
Someone's keeping,
Scott's
very
reunion.
close eye on that.
I'm not bashful. I'm not bashful.
That's right. We'll play
No,
Scott's High
knowing
School.
when it's happening.
Our first gig will be Scott's high school reunion.
I'm going for
High
that.
school
yeah.
reunion.
it'll be on July 2nd.
Under the
yeah.
sea dance. Yeah.
Actually, I got a good story, and it's true. My person I do business with name is John Trumpler. He's out of Canada. And when he was president of his high school, this was because he's our age, he got rushed to play his high school. So he met the
Nice.
original before, who's the drummer, Neil Peart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they actually got a chance to meet him. He always tells me that story. It's pretty good, too.
Valid.
And he
And if
always
you're
tells us that
listening,
story.
John, how you doing, bud?
We've heard that story before, Uncle Mikey. So
Maybe
what'd you
it's
do in the
our-
war, Daddy?
Now,
Don't worry,
Jeremiah,
I got something.
if you could see us play in any venue, what venue would you want to see us play?
Oh,
I would have to go with the House of Blues.
House of Blues. That'd be a good one.
Whether it's this one
played
or one of the
Yeah,
other
that's
ones in
okay.
the other different. This is other ones.
maybe
in
one
other-
in
Doesn't
Chicago.
Lakeland still
Maybe-
have
maybe not the one.
concerts in their gym? I remember seeing Michael Stanley here years and years ago.
They're actually bringing that back. They sort of
Okay.
left us off the loop of that after commencement on the 12th.
Yeah. But they used to have bands play here. That was, gosh,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
20, 30 years maybe.
Van Morrison?
Wow, that would have been nice to see Van Morrison.
Damn it. Who was the other one? Was it? Start with the K. Damn it. I'm blanking on
Kyle,
it. No.
Kansas.
Carrie,
No.
Kimberly,
Was it Kid? I had to look at the press
Kevin?
release.
Klaatu?
No. Or maybe I'm thinking different.
Kiss.
Kurt.
No, not Kiss.
Cactus.
I had to look at that, the press release in that, because they actually have it broken down per year in that. But it's like, really?
I want to
But-
say Michael Stanley was probably 76-ish.
Probably.
In that
We
era.
can find out on that press release that they have out that has everyone dated in that. Even Van Morrison, that was in the middle 70s. But actually, the radio station actually was the one that sort of started that off. And it ended in like 89. Then that went blank. Then we tried to do that our thing in 2010 that didn't complete. Yeah, remember that Greyhound bomber on 90? Yeah, that shut down 90 and called 911 and said I hit a bomb on a Greyhound bus.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that was like two and a half years ago. Yeah, our concert was in the middle of that. Yeah.
I'm saying Cleveland Brown Stadium just after they stomped the Steelers.
Really?
Huh? Yeah. Like, we're never going to play that game.
So yeah,
Well, Bottlegate.
Sorry.
About Bottlegate.
Well, yeah.
You wouldn't want to been down there after that.
No.
Or during it.
Nothing beats nickel beer night in the old Indian Stadium games. When the Indians, when they used to sell their Zum-Zums, that's what they were called. That's what it was on the cup. It said Zum-Zum.
Valid.
That was one of the most. You guys probably remember that. It was a big riot. In
No, I
baseball.
don't.
Yeah, they had nickel beer night, and it was against the Texas Rangers.
None of us remember
The game
that.
was called, and I don't know how many people were. Mike Hargrove was in the middle of the fights and all that. It's true. Yeah, and they
Wow, no
stopped
kidding.
having nickel beer night down at the stadium.
I probably should ask before, or someone take a look at the screen of that from that person before even stating it.
What?
Of what that person's text message in the corner is.
Earworms and Mustang Sally?
No, about Freebird.
Oh, play Freebird.
yeah, Rob, we're not playing Freebird, so we appreciate you guys watching, Rob and Jennifer, but we are not doing Freebird. We're not doing Mustang Sally.
I thought that was in the
It's in my rider. It's in my contract. I do not have to perform those songs anymore.
I thought it was in the set list.
Or whipping post.
Somebody schooled.
Valid.
the reason I
What was that one
joined
in?
because I thought we were doing. That's one reason.
Hey,
I
we
joined.
lost somebody. We need Mike in here, man. Get your butt in here, Mike.
Ah, he's in back there.
Yeah?
Sitting out there with the girls.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
I know he's dying for a cigarette. That's what it is.
Yeah, it sort of happens, you know.
That's all right. Nicotine fits. Okay.
But with that, I'll sort of go of this. If you had to best describe your music style and how you guys play to someone that hasn't listened to you before, how would you best describe it?
I've always said I don't go there. I think you let other people tell you what your sounds like, I guess. I don't know. Because you don't
Fair
try
enough.
and sound like anybody. You just, whatever comes out, you know. And the songs usually write themselves.
Fair enough.
I mean, I've been told different bands, but I don't like to go there. Let other people think what they, you know what I mean? That's what it's about. That's what you write for.
I'd say in the progressive genre, though. Somewhere it fits in there. I just don't know where and what band you want to attribute to it, but
Right.
it's very unique.
I gave a demo to Richie Green, and if you want to answer, he said we sound like anywhere from the Allman Brothers to Yes to the Moody Blues. That's what I've been told. That's not me, but that's what.
And he just said he wasn't going to drop names of bands.
I
No,
know,
but that's
I-
you guys
I
were asking.
know,
Wait. That's what they were. You guys asked.
we-
That's it.
yeah.
That's all.
It's different. Like anybody's original music, it's a challenge to describe it if you're trying to describe it. But we just know that you can't bluff your way through the music.
It's rock and roll, and that's what it should be. Instead of all these program directors playing the garbage they play out there today. Sorry,
Now,
but
Brother
that's what they
Michael.
do.
I can't
I wrote that one,
discipline on that.
I'm talking not original. I'm talking on what's on.
You wrote Mustang Sally?
I wrote that.
No,
song,
I'm not
man.
talking about that kind of music. I'm talking about the music currently being written.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, really.
We do sound like Taylor Swift. Come to think of
No,
it.
not
No?
even close.
No? Oh, okay. I was just trying to be conversational.
Give me a flamethrower. Watch what
We're not
happens.
looking to sell 12-year-old
Remember
kids.
that?
Hey, Ethan's still watching.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know.
Let's see.
No, I'd say with the style of music, you get a songwriter, and then you bring in a lyricist, and that takes on a dynamic. And then you bring in someone like Michael with his drum skills, and you bring other members of the band in,
Right.
and each member, it takes on a different direction. A lot of the songs where it started, it's not ending up, and you heard that last song that we played, and that was just mixed within the last week, and it's totally different than when it first started out.
Right.
And now Mike, who's hiding back out there with his mandolin and his slide style of play, it just changed everything on top of that. So now
True.
that's part of what we're working now to get with him. So we take that new sound now. So it's been evolving, and like they say, they've gone through 1.0, 2.0, and whatever version this band is at right now. I really think that just adding the different mix of musicians, and credit to these guys, they don't put any restrictions on any of us. They're like, you make it your own, bring to the group, the project, what you want. I mean, if it's not going to work, it's not going to work, but we're going to give you a shot. And
You can do that when you've got good musicians.
right.
You can just say go with it. And it's everybody's in this band because they like to write their own parts, because they like to compose. Dave, Scott, Mike, Michael, everybody is because they like the composition part of it, and they wouldn't be in the band if that opportunity wasn't there. When you've got good people, you can just turn them loose, and it's just a joy to hear what each of them brings to the table.
They,
Broadens the whole thing.
they've taken ownership of it. It's like a business. If you let your employees, take ownership, you're going to get a better product. And in the band works the same way. And if
Yeah,
you
the
have people
empowerment.
especially with the talent, and we're not just saying that because they're here. They're very talented, and that's what you need. You need a good shortstop, you need a good pitcher, you need a good first baseman. You make up a team, and that's
it's true.
But you don't need nickel beer night.
No.
True.
no.
Well, you look at the Browns in that. Good example. Offense. They have very few good pieces. Why they suck at it? Because of that.
You're
Only 1-2 pieces.
You're treading on thin ice here, son, talking about my team like that.
No, we just got compared to
Well,
the Cleveland Browns.
I'm hoping to get free
No,
tickets.
I'm just saying. You have very few good pieces, let's say, on offense. Especially because, the Browns are my thing. It shows. You got a good cast all around. It becomes a better unit that it makes production. Many people don't understand that when they look at the Browns. So horrible. It's sort of a good / horrible example.
So you're saying we sound like the Browns? Is that-
No. Sort of taking what he sort of
like the
said,
Browns.
but put it in that actuality.
So if you have a
Being real.
football team, you need the right ingredients to make a good football team. You have a band, you need the right ingredients to make a good band. Is that
That's what.
Yeah.
is that where you're going?
Sort of taking his real life example, but sort of dumbing it down in a way, putting the realization of a real life example.
And the reason that works is because you don't want to squelch, people's creativity that have
No.
it there. And what I've learned over the last 10 years, I don't know how to say this because I don't want to. When most musicians that are just playing, cover bands and stuff, a lot of them don't understand how to write their own music.
Not that there's anything wrong with playing in cover bands.
That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean.
Well,
I
some
don't mean
people,
it that way.
it's
I mean it.
for some people that, hey,
There's
sort
room
of
for
laying
everybody.
out,
But
but it's not for everyone.
What I was
There's
going to
room for
finish
everybody.
saying is that then there are some people who do play in cover bands and do understand how to write and understand their music and how to write music and why this fits. And there is a lot to that end of it.
Or
that's-
tribute bands.
Or tribute
Yeah.
bands, yeah.
Actually, speaking of tribute bands, I'll give a plug to Prog Nation, a fantastic band that does Moody Blues, King Crimson, Genesis, phenomenal. A gentleman by the name of Tony Kuda.
Tony and Chris.
And Chris Kuda, really nice, really nice. The reason I mention him, ironically, Joe and I had gotten rid of we made a musician change on the bass. Joe ran an ad. That's how Dave answered. But running that ad, a gentleman who was part of Prog Nation had been surfing, looking at, because he was a bass player, came across Joe's ad and looked up our site. Never met the gentleman. Wrote back to Joe that was very encouraging and liked the direction our music was going, and asked us if we ever got it when we're ready to warm up and be their warm-up act. And that's, you had asked about money. That's more than what money could do. When people are strangers, never heard of you before, never.
Oh, yeah, the
It's all very
exposure.
flattering.
It is. It's, you're not getting a biased opinion from friends who say, "Oh yeah, your music's good," and then they turn around and say it sucks. But when you meet, there's even yourself. We didn't know you, and you found.
Oh yeah,
something
we didn't
about
know anything in that. It's not like we're Facebook friends or whatever, or we met at a bar prior and that.
it. Sure, it's just music
True.
is a universal language, I guess.
Oh, everyone. everyone can understand something out of music.
You hope.
Well, a good chunk. It's probably that small sliver section in there. But most everyone, it's a style that fits everyone. Whether it's that moment or throughout.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha. I do look in that deep. For being almost in your 30. Yeah.
When is your birthday?
September
September?
We'll send you a card.
22nd.
22nd? You're hitting 30, right?
Yeah.
The only reason I bring that up because it's not downhill. It's going to fly after that.
It's been flying
Oh,
since
man.
21. Not gonna lie.
Oh, it goes so fast.
Hey, Joe?
Yes.
I think we need another track.
Yeah.
Yes. How about the
Two?
second? Yeah, number 2. This is a Madman in the Temple. This was inspired by the election cycle of 2016. And so it talks about politicians and preachers and people who traffic in hatred, fear, and sin are the lyrics. That's the background of this song. Madman in the Temple.
Can't walk on water, can't raise the dead, won't listen to a single word we've said. Deaf, dumb, and blind, they are living legends in their own mind. Madman in the temple. Come Tweedledee and his big twin Tweedledum, come hauling full of votes when the voting comes. Their vanities have become monumental. Madman in the temple. Now lodge beneath their steeples have come to love fancy things and fancy people. Their dimming light no longer consequential. Madman in the temple. Madman in the temple. When truth and peace become the victims of an age, how much of this madness are we supposed to take? Those who traffic in hatred, fear, or sin, those who trouble shall inherit the wind, trying to hold the line somewhere down the middle. But there are madmen in the temple. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Let the least of those among us start to cry, let it rain. Let's sound your clearest voice, be more than influential. Let's drive the madman from the temple. to a single word you say.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. All right.
And I'll sort of go with this. So, since we sort of, I was going to go in the whole writing process, but I think we sort of went there already, and then some. The whole writing process and all that was going to go there, but not anymore. But if you could choose any local venue that you would wish to play at, you don't have to worry about selling tickets, you know, that whole stuff. Just playing. Where would you choose?
Public hall, or music hall, just because of the history in some of the bands, or the Allen Theater. I mean, those are great venues. I mean, we were spoiled. I mean, I could tell you the bands that were playing back in the '70s at the Allen Theater: Genesis, Bruce Springsteen, Lou Reed, Rush. I mean, that's why Cleveland's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame capital.
No.
I mean, they all played here. Everybody wanted to play here. And there's small venues.
Well, there
true.
are a number of places in Cleveland that would be considered, music landmarks that are not maybe the most attractive places, like the Beachland, for example. Beachland is a good place to play.
Yeah.
They've got a good sound system. They got good sound people. There are a number of places. Wilbert's down in the flats. The older places that have been around a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Those are also the kinds of things that we'd like to play at, as long as it's enough to hold all the people that are there and there's a great sound system.
Blossom would be nice also, outside venue.
Blossom would
True.
be nice.
Just to be outside. I'm sure, Mike, you played a lot of different venues like that, and David and Mike. You guys have probably been, huh? Where have you guys played? Some
I
nice
like
place.
the Akron Civic Theater was good.
Akron
Civic
Civic.
Theater.
David,
Yeah.
I like to get back to Blossom.
you played Blossom.
No.
Well, he got you for a second there.
You should have said yes.
I would like to say yes, man.
He's being self-modest.
Right?
Michael,
Stadium.
Stadium.
It's pretty sure of it.
There you go.
You didn't ask me.
Scott, where would you play?
Yeah.
Scott, where would you play, Scott?
I'd like to go back and play the Agora again.
Oh,
That was fun.
you played the Agora.
We did.
Nice.
Dude, we must have played the second generation Agora. It was like freezing in that place.
Oh yeah.
We could
The one
see,
on Euclid?
we were, I was playing. I could see my breath, man. I sold a lot of hoodies though.
True.
It was good. It was a cool.
Merchandise.
It was cool for that.
I couldn't see
Suffrage.
anything. I was right up on the stage, and all I had were just all the spots right on me. I
Right.
couldn't see 3 feet in front of me at all.
Yeah.
It was a great
Wow.
place, though. Great place.
Where was it? Which one? Because it was the Agora, but it couldn't have been.
I didn't
the
book it.
real
I don't know.
deal.
You book it, I'm there.
We were downtown,
Yeah, it was downtown.
and it said Agora.
Yep.
Someplace in there.
The.
The?
Original.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was. It couldn't have been the original.
The original one
Or
was on
maybe it was.
on
Maybe
East
that was the
117th.
Or
Right.
maybe.
Maybe that was the deal.
I think, yeah.
Then they moved down to
55th, I think it is.
55th and Euclid is where they were.
Oh, they're not there
Oh.
now?
I don't know. The
Oh.
original Agora was right across the street that comes out by the.
If you know where
up
the
at
Agora
Chester.
is, please let us know.
The old Cleveland
Tell
State.
us.
Can look that up.
No, he was joking.
I was.
Oh,
He was joking.
I'll take that back. But here, I'll throw that sort of sudden twist on you. So you guys made it big. That necessarily you could have anyone open for you, whether it's a mainstream artist somewhat going down, a mainstream artist, or a local act. Who would you have open?
I don't fantasize about things like that. I just hope somebody would be willing to.
Yeah.
Somebody good with a following of their own. Okay.
I'll answer it, but with a spin. When I've gone to concerts, I always appreciate the bands that find like that local hidden gem that you've never heard of. And
I can't remember the name of them, but we went to a show down in Cuyahoga Falls a few years ago, and they had these two guitar players. Both of them had great voices, and you could tell they'd played together a long time. No idea, but they were a local band, and this big act came through and brought them in. And I've seen other acts like that they look for the local talent to bring them up and get them a little bit of exposure. And that I always thought that was a really cool thing to see.
Yeah. We got to be looking for us. Reality is we got to, start finding other groups that would be complementary to what we're doing, that kind of a thing, rather than trying to imagine somebody important who would be willing to.
Like the folks you had in just before us.
Yeah.
That would.
Well, South of the Moon, they sort of that older sound of that would sort of go with you guys in a way.
That'd be a fun show.
Oh yeah. Sort of thinking off the top of my head, yeah, South of the Moon, they would be one that they would sort of fit in blending.
No. There
Yeah.
you go.
You should take a look in that.
Yeah.
They were here tonight.
Reverb Nation, no, not tonight. They actually been here before in that.
I'm going Reverb Nation. It's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, Reverb Nation. Or off likeeffectradio.org. It's a page of artists and bands.
Okay.
Everyone's button that leads to everyone's like pages and all that. Yeah, they're in there. You guys are in there. Yeah.
That sounds good.
You just got to go through, click pages, go to things. I try to make it easy.
Click
That,
and copy.
pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a lot of buttons. But I'll go with this of, if you had to pick 3 songs of your own that we would say these are the best, which ones would they be?
They change every week.
Fair enough.
What's the last thing we do a rehearsal?
It's the last thing we do at rehearsal.
The last song we always
Oh,
do.
Kingdom of the Running Man.
Yeah.
Kingdom of the
That
Running
is
Man.
mine too. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
it's a
sure,
killer.
for sure. Maybe when we end tonight, we end with that one.
Sure.
Well,
It's
That'd
the
be
last
good.
song on the first CD.
If you want to kick us out now, play it now. If you want us to stick around, play it later.
we got a few. We can kill another few minutes besides, saying, hey, plug different things that has social media and that. Don't worry. Yeah, maybe by, let's say, 9:30 and that we'll try to start wrapping things.
We're already past my bedtime.
Oh, really?
I got to be home before midnight.
Oh, don't do that again.
That's a horrible thing. Even the first time when I went and said to someone, hey, I have this really neat band, and that's the first thing they said. But it makes you stand out, though.
Yeah. It's
The name? Yeah.
Original.
Folks can follow us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/homebeforemidnight.
Yeah, throw us a like. We're whores.
We are.
It all sounds so terribly adolescent, but when it comes time to book gigs,
Well,
your
free
social,
media-
your social media
Yeah.
matters. So visit us on Facebook and throw us a like, and we'd appreciate that.
And we just put a link up to our YouTube page today, I think, or yesterday.
Right.
In the last
We
couple of
launched
days, got Joe launched that, so that's going on.
Nice.
We have our Home Before Midnight website. I've put that up there a couple times for folks. You can download our first album.
Right.
And then our ReverbNation.com site, I've included that as well, and you can download individual songs, a lot of them that you've heard on this show tonight.
Right.
Well, not only you're giving them free music that they can download, at least they could do.
Ain't for the money.
At least a like, that little modest, thing.
Favorite song I think will be the next album, the Drift on the Wind. That song I think is going to be the song, the title track.
I agree. I don't think any of these fellas have really heard that yet, but that's probably one of our best tunes, "Drift on the Wind," the title song for the second album.
Drift on the Wind.
Yeah.
Fair. You have any opinion in it?
Join.
Fair enough.
And this might be embarrassing, but I wrote a song about my girlfriend, and I think that's one of my other favorite songs. Just the whole way of putting it together. Called Only
Sure.
Your Name. That's going to be on the second CD.
It wasn't 12 Years of Rage?
No, that was last decade when we were in all the wars.
That's the other girlfriend.
The other girlfriend.
That's awkward.
What's that?
Oh, the second girlfriend? That phrase? Yeah, that's sort of awkward, especially if this is ever heard. Yeah.
Actually, one of my favorites is Lady of Leisure. I do like that song.
It sounds a little different.
I don't think we played that today.
we have not. It's different than a lot of the other. It has its own unique style. I think.
Well, let's go to the take. It's called Lady of Leisure on the first CD from Just Passing Through.
My fault is I should have went and jumped to the second CD back like a few minutes ago.
I think it's track 10. You know what? Yeah, it's
9.
track Lady of Leisure?
Yes, 9.
Okay.
Are you going to? Oh, come on, CD player.
This is a tune about a fellow who's down on his luck, and he goes to hang out down by the railroad station. Meets a lady who's out of a certain age, who's out on a cross-country road trip. So that's the story behind this song, Lady of Leisure.
No, or 10. 10.
I thought it was 10.
I took the 610 down to Louisville just to hang out at the station till I saw a lady in a coupe de ville out on a road trip, a subsidized vacation. She was looking for a road name, feel some driving skill. I was squeezing my last quarter to the evening screen, laying low between my ambition. So I hung out my thumb, as strange as it seemed. The K-Break high, gratuitous condition. The K-Break high, gratuitous condition. She was a lady of leisure with a huge trust fund, an alimony tattoo of a leaf. She was fine and 50 and way too much fun, can say all the best things in life are free. She was a lady of leisure, so she put it in groove and laid down the roof. I could not believe my good fortune. It was hard through the night till we had Cleveland inside. Every muscle in my body was feeling tortured. Every muscle in my body was feeling tortured. She stopped on a roof, thought I'd sleep in the car. Things didn't work out that way. It was the best road trip of my life by far. That is all, ladies and gentlemen, ever say. That is all, ladies and gentlemen, ever say. Well, there's more to say, but it didn't take all night. We made it to LA. I'm now a man of leisure and a man delight. As a back and call,
front row, please.
You just wanted to say that. Pure boredom, huh?
Yeah. No.
The power.
No.
He had to say something because he has to be quiet during the songs.
Exactly.
True.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
Actually, the reason I always smile at that, I bought a Roland XP80 years ago, and I was messing around with the keys, and that's what I found was an applause patch. And that's what it reminds me of. And one of these tunes I did, I remember hitting it at the end. It was so funny. That's all. Something stupid. It's all new, this whole MIDI stuff. I probably, and you, my XP80 I got?
Yep.
I probably use 5% of it. I don't know. I mean, all the things that thing does. It's unbelievable.
Oh, it's got a great sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
It used to be.
I got something for you.
Mhm.
So, how important is connections in the music industry or / being in a band?
From which perspective?
You mean
Of the perspective of like recording to shows to, you know,
I can't wait to play live. Be honest with you, if that's what you mean.
connections are beneficial if you have them, but if you believe in what you've got and you don't mind knocking on doors, you make your own connections.
true.
Because music, if the music is any good, it makes its own way. And people in venues are looking for good bands to get out there. They're in them for the money. They want to know how many butts you could put in the seats. So their venues are there. Connections matter, and they're valuable. It's better if you have them. But if you don't, you can still make your way, make your own connections over time. You just gotta, we're in college. You gotta strap on a pair of big steely ones and get out there and just knock on doors.
True.
As far as the studio goes, though, with technology now, I mean, you can do your own
True.
recordings a lot easier than you could 20 to 30 years ago. So for us to meet with Joe at his studio and put together some tracks, no problem with that. But it's a small world. Mike and Dave, I've met prior to this, and when I found out that he was auditioning for the band, Joe can attest to that. I was pretty excited to hear.
Oh yeah, we all were.
That Dave might be coming in, and then Mike, project that he's on, I had an opportunity to do something with them too. So it was just out of 6 musicians, I had a little connection to 2 of them, and it's like that with all these guys. There's just musicians all around Cleveland. So it's a small town when it comes down to the music scene and everything, and everybody knows everybody.
And we do have. We do have 3 mics in the band.
3 Michaels.
That just makes it difficult when somebody yells, "You made a mistake, Mike."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I got 3 mics, 2 Joes,
Oh yeah.
2 Jeremiahs.
Okay. That's
Yeah, that really sucks after a point. Completely understand that one. Irony really sucks, especially because if all 3 of them are in the same room, you just get that. Yeah. Not fun.
No. I do remember playing cards one time with 5 mics. That was a long time ago. Good buddies, years and years ago. That was quite a treat.
That's why
That's
we come
no
up
lie.
with nicknames, and after we get off the radio, we're going to tell you your new nickname.
It was Mike Cruz, Mike me, Mike Murray, Mike Dublo, and to the day I cannot remember the 5th Mike. And we were playing cards on Brookline. It was hilarious. No relevance to music.
That's a great story, Uncle Mike.
And, speaking to the mic.
Well, how about if we play that last tune?
Before we do,
Yeah.
though, I
Yeah.
got called out, so I gotta
okay.
I gotta fess up to something. That concert that we saw in Cuyahoga Falls,
Yes.
it was Night Ranger, and my wife texted me just like, "You're not copying up to the Night Ranger concert, huh?"
So if you want to go home, you got to do this. Is it?
Oh no. I just want
Or you'll get
to
locked
show
out.
that I could admit it.
Sister Christian was one of my favorite songs in the 80s. It was a good tune.
It was a good
It
tune.
was a good tune.
True.
So
Anyhow, let's if it's all right, let's play that last song on that CD, "Kingdom of the Running Man," and we'll wrap it up on that.
thanks for having us, Jeremiah.
Very,
no
very
problem.
much. And
Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure, guys.
Go Lakers.
And thanks for all the ears
Oh,
out
good,
there
you
who've
know
been
that.
listening, and hopefully
Lakers.
everybody's enjoyed the music
Yeah.
Yeah.
and conversation.
Yep.
It was interesting. Good stuff.
I liked your stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him, the modest one, quiet one.
He's the quiet one.
Well, not playing, yeah. He is the quiet one, too. Don't worry, he's going to get picked on next time. You're going to have to come a little out of your shell.
Give him a hug. See what happens.
I'm not going that far.
We will have to invite you to our first gig, so hopefully you'd show up, make time.
Oh, we could definitely
Good.
figure things out. Especially if it's over summer. Things are a lot slower
Sure.
than that. But to Kingdom of the Running Man.
Rise and shine, hear your love. Another fairy day. Stop the crack, find a spot. I'll be your mother, go away. Monkey see, monkey do. That razor's gone all over you. Neck and neck, hand in hand. Welcome to the kingdom of the running man. Human race lost its faith, scurrying here and there. Getting gains all the same as an outbreak of wind, and it's everywhere. Red light blinking, shining flame, candles burning 3 Go that far, leave that day, certain to all the biggest men. Such is the kingdom of the running man. Spending money we don't have. We sell our souls for less and live our lives in shades of gray. Living, breathing, molten dead. Monkey see, monkey do. The red razor all over you. Neck and neck, hand in hand. Welcome to the kingdom of the running man.
got to play.
So,
the
guys, it's been a pleasure, Annette.
Jeremiah, thank you so much for having
Oh,
us.
definitely. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Oh,
You
man.
guys got some good music, man.
Thanks to everybody that was
Sure,
out
hope we-
listening
yep.
tonight.
Yeah.
Get
We
together
really appreciate
again.
your
Not
time
for
as
here.
well.
Just come to
Yep.
one of our.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
that.
keep you posted when our venue when we finally get it.
The non-including, yeah, we'll be in touch in the future and that for
Heck
things.
But thank you, Lakeland. Go Lakers.
Thanks for having us.
No problem.